loves, it's your girl Morgan Sinclair, and I'm back again for another video. If you're new to my channel, hey love, how you doing? Hit that subscribe button. And if you're old to my channel, what it do, what is up, what is good? It's your girl back again for another video. So today guys, I'm talking about, it is my very last first day of school, grad school. Oh my gosh, I am so afraid, nervous, and excited at the same time because I'm graduating, one, and then two, I'm about to do this thing called adulting, and we don't know about that thing. We really don't. We don't understand that thing. So yeah, I'll be taking you guys along for the ride, and we'll be talking about my fears and goals and everything in between. But first, I think I forgot my manners because I'm still in my robe. So let me change really quick. Let's get into that. Here and cute. I like it. Come on, boots. Come on, cheetah print. Okay. Ready for the first day of school. Well, I think you guys need a close-up. Let me get back.
I would like to get to know if you could be the kind of girl that you could get down for. Cause when I look at you, I feel something tell me that you're the kind of guy that I should make a move on. And if I don't let you know, then I won't be for real. I could be wrong, but I feel like something could be going on.
Today I'm just gonna be putting on makeup and really just talking about, like I said earlier, my fears. This is my first last day of grad school. I know it's confusing, but it's the first day of school, but it's my first day of school, period. So after I graduate, I don't think I'm gonna come back. I don't think I'm gonna do any other school. It might be kind of like trade school. I am really thinking about leaning towards cosmetology. What I just rubbed on my face, guys, was like this MAC Lightful lotion for moisturizer, and for primer I'm using the MAC prep+prime, and I'm just gonna put on I'm gonna do all MAC products mostly today. So I'll be using my MAC Studio Fix foundation. Alright, so previous years, well, starting grad school, I was super nervous. Just thinking about who's gonna be there with me, and will I like it when my professors mess with me, and will I have a hard time, and all those questions came in my head. No lie, no kidding. Okay, so now I'll be using the Anastasia Beverlyhills Dip Brow in Ebony. All those questions came to mind, really trying to figure out who's gonna be there, if the teacher's gonna mess with me, am I gonna have a hard time? Because honestly, if you remember me in my first video about college, and I didn't say how much I was really struggling, because at first I wasn't struggling. I was kind of coasting by, but towards the end, your girl was struggling. Like, I got to the point where I really needed to just like study a lot, and I was stressing, y'all. Like, I was stupid stressing about school, and it seemed like I didn't catch a break. And this was just first semester. This was just the semester just starting out grad school, and I didn't know what else to do. I cried every day. I didn't want to be in grad school. That's just the truth. And the truth about it was, I didn't know what I wanted to do after I initially graduated from undergrad. Now I know that I made, like, I don't want to say I made a mistake, but if I could turn it all backwards in time, I would have not gone to grad school. And we'll get into that part of everything later. Okay, now I'm taking the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette, and I'm just gonna like freestyle, guys. I'm probably just gonna do like a matte eye or something like that. The reason why I struggled with grad school so much was because, like I said, I didn't know what I wanted to do first semester. All right, it's not like I didn't have multiple opportunities or anything like after college. I just didn't want to hit adult life. I was too afraid to hit adult life because all I knew was you know, college. And so like I didn't want to go super far away because it seemed like everywhere that I was talking about to go was like super far away, and I just wasn't ready. I blame myself, and sometimes I blame my parents, I shouldn't, for making the decision of me going to grad school. And at the time, thinking about it, the opportunity that is grad school was a good opportunity. I had full tuition, everything was paid for. All I had to do was show up for class and pass. And it just sounded too good to be true. And you know, I talked to my professor and I felt like he was just pushing me like, oh, we need you in grad school, we need you here, you know, like you're a great student and we think that you'll be great for this program, because it's a pilot program. So fast forward, I enter grad school, I do it, and we're going through classes and I'm meeting my professors, same professors I went through undergrad. First of all, that's where I messed up. How did I not think that there were going to be the same professors? My department's already small. My major is computer science, so if you're a computer science person, you understand what I'm talking about. Your department's kind of small. Everybody knows each other already. So those same professors that gave me grief in undergrad gave me extra grief in grad school because I should know this stuff. Even though it was new material that we had never learned in undergrad, I was like, how should I know this stuff? But I digressed. A major issue with me was I was looking at all my friends. I was looking at everybody that I knew and everybody that I was cool with and everybody who graduated in my class, and I saw them doing great. Like, they were doing amazing. They knew what they were doing. They were going to their respective fields. If they were going to grad school, it was for something. It wasn't because it seemed like it wasn't because they didn't know what to do with their life or anything like that. It was because they had their stuff together. Like, that's how I felt. Like, everybody had their stuff together, and I was just, I'm telling you, I was just here. To be honest with you guys, it really sucked. Like, thinking about, oh, they're doing amazing, let me look, and it sent me through this like small depression of, well, I thought I knew what I wanted to do, but I'm not there. And when I got there, I fumbled the ball, and I felt like no one knew what I was talking about. And then I got to the program and I felt like the program sucked. The professors acted like they didn't care about us. They put unnecessary weight on us, and I just wasn't feeling it. It was just like every day was a struggle to get up. Every day was a struggle to study and learn the material and try to do better and try to get all this stuff done and go through all my projects and not feel like I'm failing at everything, which first semester was my failure semester. So it was just really, it was a lot. It was a lot to do. It was a lot to go through. It was a lot to fathom. And when I wanted to talk to someone about it, i.e. my parents, they were just like, you'll be fine, you'll be okay, everything will be good. Like, God didn't bring you this far to leave you. And instead of really listening and hearing and letting me vent, they did the traditional, you'll be okay, everything's gonna be great, we're gonna get through this. It didn't help. It did not help at all. So first semester, I ended up getting my lowest grades of my entire life, but I passed. So second semester, I went into this whole thing of, it's second semester, I gotta do better, first of all, because I'm treading on that scholarship requirement for GPA, like a 3.0. I was treading on it lightly. I was treading. I went through second semester saying, okay, I'm going to not look at everyone's journey. I'm not going to look at, you know, what people are saying. I'm not going to worry about everything that's going on. I'm not going to get in my head and super doubt myself. I'm not going to do any of that. I'm just going to focus. And if I focus all of my attention on just grad school and getting through. We committed to this. We got to do it, so let's get through it. So I made a mantra of, let's just take a deep breath and focus and look at yourself. You're the only person doing this race right now, so you need to steady yourself for the race. I focused so much, and a little bit too much. I put a little bit too much focus on grad school and not enough focus on just me. And so I realized that by the end of the second semester that I was solely only focusing on grad school. I didn't have anything to show for it. Like, I didn't say, oh, I had fun, you know, like nothing. Like, I was just studying. And I got out of school, everybody was like, so what you do in grad school besides study? So I had nothing to show for grad school. I had no fun memories besides my friends, you know, coming over and we like being crazy and funny and laughing and all that. But I didn't do anything for myself. And I'm like, And still, same on Morgan. We said like back in 2018 that we were gonna focus on myself and do more growth things and stop focusing on everybody else except me. And I did the exact same thing. I went to meetings and I taught. I was an adjunct professor and I taught classes and I did all these other things and I represented the school again. And I was just like, you did the same exact thing you did all 4 years of your semester in one semester, and you did not even take time to focus on yourself. So I said, coming back the next year, we ain't doing none of that. We ain't doing none of that. None of that is going on. We focusing on you, and that's it. So I had to figure out something. How could I focus on grad school and how could I focus on me at the same time? I figured out this plan, right? That I was going to study and I wasn't going to neglect studying. Like, I had to get out of grad school. I had to make that GPA requirement, and your girl had to get that master's because it's free. Not really, but it's free. You committed, you got to stay committed. I figured out that if I can place some incentives for me while I'm like getting my degree and studying, and my incentives was, I love to travel. I love to travel. Y'all know it. And if you haven't seen any of my travel vlogs, make sure you go check those out. But I love to travel, and those are my incentives for me. And so I said to myself, myself said, you're going to study your heart out, and then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to book a flight. And you're going to turn on your Google Flights notifications, and you just going to go. And it wasn't always a flight, guys. Sometimes it was a drive, which was fine. But I turned on my notifications for Google Flights and hotels to make sure that the hotels that I've previously stayed in, I got the best deals. Or if I had somebody who's staying in that place that I wanted to go to, then I could just stay with them, especially if they're family. I could just stay with them. So I said I was going to study really, really hard, get the grades, focus on that. And then when it's time for my trip, I'm out. I went to Canada like that. I went to Destin like that. I went to DC like that. Like, and it proved for me to do better. Like, when I put those incentives, it's like giving candy to a baby, right? So when I put those incentives in place and made sure and looked at it as a goal, if I study and get a good grade on my test, I can go on this trip. And it worked. Like, I didn't think that, putting so much pressure on myself and saying, okay, this is your surprise gift to yourself. Happy Merry Christmas, happy birthday, all of that. Together, like, it worked. And I was just like, dang. So we finally got a handle on grad school. That's literally how I got a handle on grad school. It wasn't, oh, well, I just studied more. It was like, let me push myself to study, focus, and then let's go. Like, we ain't staying here to do nothing. We not representing the school no more. I ain't teaching more class. I told my professor I'm not doing it. I was like, no, this semester coming back. I actually did teach a class last semester. I taught a class, and it, you know, to me, it was a waste of time. I was just showing up for a class that really didn't need a professor. It really needed to be online. And the worst part about it was I wasn't really getting paid for it. Okay, but I pushed through, you know. And a part of it was those incentives. Being able to do that, being able to just go and enjoy myself. Oh, it was like work hard, playcation. Like that work hard, play hard thing is real. I didn't think that I would come out last semester with all A's. And I was like, dang, I got all A's. And I took like one of the hardest classes with one of the hardest professors. And this, when I say he was a hard professor, he's a hard professor. He don't care if he fail you. You don't cross him. And I had took him senior year and I said some choice words to him because of how he was trying to treat me. But ended up getting an A out his class. Putting those incentives and making sure that I'm happy and doing something for me was the biggest thing for me in my semester. And so that's like a little background of what's really what happened and where I was and how I was feeling. And yeah, I still have those feelings of I don't want to be in grad school. I don't know what I'm doing. I am going to get a job in my field and I am going to go. I don't know where I'm going just yet. And that's a big thing that I am very fearful of. I don't know where I'm going just yet. I don't know. I've gotten offers. I've considered them heavily. I'm still considering them, but I don't know what to take. And I just don't know what to do. But that's going to take some consistent prayer and fasting and talking to God, because he knows all. I'm doing that same thing this semester. I'm focusing on myself, and you know, me, myself, and I come first right after God. And then is everything else in the mix. So I'm happy to say that it is my last semester. It's sad to say that it is my last semester, but also I'm big chilling. Big chilling. I only have one class. Your girl only got one class and it's not every day. Big chilling. So my current struggle is trying to find the right job for me, which again I'm unsure about. Like, I'm sure about my skill set, I'm sure about my experience and the things that I know how to do, but this chalks up to my anxiety and my self-doubts about me. Like I said, I've been working on that, not trying to be fearful and step out on faith and do those things that I know I can do. But you know, the little tiny me inside of me is just like, can't do it. I'll be doing golden bronze MAC highlight, and I do like that, so we'll just stick to that. Not too much for today for my one class. I can't believe I'm really back from my one class. Like, do y'all understand? Do y'all understand it? I don't. And like literally, I really like almost chewed my professor out about it, because I could have finished last semester. But again, we got everybody, since this is a pilot program, we got everybody and their mama want to control this whole thing. And it's just like, I need you not. I need you to just chill out and stop trying to push me to do things I don't want to do. This semester, what am I focused on? So it is 2020 and I have promised myself that I will be healthier and get active. Now, healthy didn't stop at food. It's a healthy mindset. Taking self-doubt out of the equation and bringing in self-assurance. It's gonna take some time for me to really stop doubting myself and putting those things on me. First, I'm not fearful of what the semester will bring. I'm fearful of what will happen after I graduate, where I'm gonna go. Like I said earlier, like, I have opportunities, but choosing just the right opportunity for me is a lot of pressure. It's a lot of things. It's a lot of things just come into play. My family is asking me, oh, when you gonna know about work stuff? And I kind of don't want to tell them, oh, I have opportunities already, because I don't want them to try to weigh in on this decision. I need to make this decision solely on my own. Right now, for me, there is no other hardship than being in this graduate school and knowing you don't want to be here. Like, knowing. And I'm trying to look at the positive. Yeah, I get a free degree and it's free, and I get an opportunity to make some money, but I also have to fulfill an obligation after. And that's the hardest part. And people don't realize, like, you know, it ain't really free. Like, when they be like, oh, we can pay for your tuition and it's free, it's a scholarship, blah, blah, blah. It ain't really free. Don't ever let them Like, don't ever step into that lot, sis. I'm a living example of it's not really free, and you gotta pay them people back. I gotta go work for them people. It's 2020, new decade, wanting to be healthy. Yes, self-doubt is out, not completely, but I'm steady working on myself every day and wanting better for myself, and then sticking people in my life and making sure I have those people solely who are in my life to elevate me as I elevate them. If your circle, or whatever you want to call it, your circle, your square, whatever, the people around you aren't motivating you to do better and aren't motivating you to just be your best self, then they shouldn't be in your life. Having people in my life to say, Morgan, you can do this, like, we got this. Like, having people in your life to encourage you. Prayer, having people in my circle who motivate me, and making those decisions that make me happy. And once I figure out, like, what that decision will be, I'll let y'all know. Like, right now, I have no idea. I have no idea which opportunity will be just right for me. But I have, you know, talked to someone that just told me to just dive in. And I think that's the best advice I've ever gotten, was to just dive in. And whatever you dive into, dive in with an open mind. I think I can truthfully say this year I'm diving in with an open mind of whatever's to come, and what is for me, and whatever God has, I'm just gonna see it through. So like I said, I'm fearful for this adulting life because there's no instruction manual, there's no manuscript, there's no guideline about how to be an adult. Like, first and foremost, pay your bills, eat your meals. Like, that's a mantra. I like that. Pay your bills, eat your meals. We like that. We like that. We like that. That's new. Pay your bills, eat your meals. Okay. Okay, well, that's my adulting mantra. There you go. And I'll be using Chestnut, MAC pencil, and Velvet Teddy. Besides pay your bills and eat your meals, there's no instruction manual on how to be an adult. There's nothing. I tried to Google it, it didn't work. Nothing. My number one fear is getting out and failing, and I know we're not supposed to be afraid of failing, because failure brings character and it teaches you how to live through obstacles. But I can't help but be afraid. I can't help but say, I don't want to fail. I don't want to fail. And thinking that my failure is the end all be all is that's the one thing that makes my anxiety like cringe. Like, I have this thing about, oh, if I fail, that's it. There's nothing to, you know, or what if I go to the job or I'm not doing good and they fire me? Like, what? Like, then y'all have no idea what be going on in my head about the things that I need to do. This year, I'm gonna try my hardest, my complete hardest, not to think about those things. Let's not to go out failing. Let's get a hold of myself. Let's do a little better, and let's grab onto it and go. And like I said, someone told me to just jump in. Just jump in and go. Just do it. Like, and that's what I think I'm going to do. That's about it. So like, then you gotta start thinking about
marriage,
or if you want a life partner, or if you even want that at all, or if you want kids, or if you want, like, when I tell y'all my family's already kind of sort of pressuring me with that stuff, they're kind of sort of pressuring me already with that stuff. And I'm just like literally chilling. Figuring things out like that to me is kind of like scary. I haven't even thought, like, a lot of people be like, oh, you want kids? And I'll be like, no. I'll be like, nah. And then like, sometimes I have days I'm like, oh, that child is so cute, I want one. Like, and then I got days where I'll just be like, look, them bad kids. That why nobody want a kid? Why you so bad? Like, moments like that. So I'm already getting pressures from my family of, my dad calls it a suitor. You got any suitors yet? Like, I'd be like, what? Suitors? What is that? Or my mom, her favorite thing is, when you have me a grandbaby, can you name him such and such, such and such? Or can you name her? They gonna call me. And that's pressure too. Like, that's some real deal pressure, y'all. Like, some real deal pressure. And to think I'm at that age where they were, and having kids is the next step. That's it. That's the step. Like, we don't know if we just quite ready for that. Establishing myself in a career first is, I think, one of my big plans, but I'm just not thinking about any of that. I know like I kind of like teetered off of it, but that is a real fear because my parents are so thinking about having grandchildren. Another fear for me life after graduation will just be establishing myself. I kind of talked about this already, but establishing myself within just the world, trying to find maybe like organizations or clubs, or even find friends, especially if I go to a place where I don't know anyone. Trying to find friends and make friends. How difficult would that be? How easy would it be? Like, those things really rack my brain. Lastly, my last fear, and this is just subconscious fear, it's not really a real fear, but not being able to push myself to the capacity that I need to push myself in order to get things done. Not going back into self-doubt, putting myself in that position of thinking that I cannot do it. Big fear. Like, I know I need to practice self-assurance and being aware of when I put myself down, but it's just really hard, especially when you're growing up and you're making these big decisions and you're on your own. Like, what is the right decision for me? Like, what am I gonna do? Like, you know, I'm getting to the age where I can't consult my parents anymore, or I shouldn't consult my parents as much because I have to make these decisions on my own. That's a big fear, making the wrong decision and then getting myself in doubt. So all in all, I know I've probably talked for a long time, but just kind of wanted to tell you guys about how I was feeling in my last day of school. I am excited to get in class and start learning again, but it's bittersweet. It's a bittersweet moment because it's done. It's almost done. We're almost at the finish line and we're almost here, and I feel like I'm gonna cry so bad when graduation comes. I cried last time, so I might cry this time. So I'm just gonna end it on that note to say that my mantra, now we have a new mantra, is pay my bills and eat my meals, and don't self-doubt myself, and just believe that I can do this. And that's what I'm gonna end on. So thank you guys so much for tuning into this video, watching this get ready with me / story time about it's my last day of school. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys have kind of learned something from me. I can say I've learned probably something from myself, because listening to, you know, the doubts out loud and the fears out loud and the nerves out loud really helps me overcome them. Make sure you guys, you know, just like this video. Also, comment down below, let me know if you're in the same predicament as me, grad or undergrad. If you're in school, let me know some of your fears and some of the things that you've done to overcome them. Also, let me know what you're looking forward to for the new year. If it's not fears, I want to know what you're excited about. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, guys. And let me know if you want more story time. Like, I feel like this story time was very calming and serene and therapeutic, and I really needed it. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. So I love you lots. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.